Welcome to the Rocky and Derrick Show.
I'm Rocky.
I'm Derrick.
I'm Kashmira.
And I'm Tyra.
If you like our interviews, please give us a thumbs up. Visit our website, rockyandderrickshow.com, for upcoming events. Visit our photos and video galleries. Today we are at Revolution Mills interviewing Mr. Felix Semper.
Thank you, Mr. Felix, for joining us today. This is a really nice place. How long have you been here?
Hi, thank you guys for coming. I love sharing my art and my story with everyone, especially children that are aspiring and want to be artists. I've been here probably about 3 years.
What do you do here?
So I am an artist, and my studio is here, my gallery studio is here, and I create sculptures out of paper. And most of my sculptures are either out of paper or out of wood.
When we were downstairs, I seen that your sculptures like bend and stuff. How do you get them to do that?
Yeah, my sculptures are, like I said, made out of paper, but they're glued in a special way, the paper is, where it opens up like an accordion, so I'm able to change the look of the sculpture and the feeling of it just by opening it up and closing it.
How many sculptures have you made?
So I've made about over 15 sculptures, maybe a little more than that.
I seen that some of the sculptures were $35,000 and some of them were like $20,000. How do you come up with the prices?
Based on the amount of labor and the size and how long it takes me to do it.
All your art things, the art creator things that you made, did you do those by yourself?
Yes, I did them all by myself. I had no help. I have no one helping me, just myself.
Where do you make them?
So I make them here at Revolution Mill. I was making them here, and now I have my other studio in another location where I make most of my sculptures there.
How long have you been making the sculptures?
So I've been making the sculptures for over 3-4 years.
How long does it take to make it?
Normally it takes about 3 months to make a full-size bust sculpture, like the ones you saw down there, the bigger ones. The smallest one can take less, like the Biggie burger, the small little burger, can take a couple of weeks.
Which one is your favorite?
I'd have to say Basquiat is my favorite one.
Which one is that?
Basquiat is the white one with the hair going up.
It looks like the person from The Simpsons.
Yeah, Jean-Michel Basquiat was an artist that lived in New York in the 80s. He's dead now, but he was a painter, and he is now, very famous.
What other kind of stuff do you do?
I paint as well. I do paintings, sculpture and paintings.
How many have you sold so far?
I've sold 5 pieces already.
How much did you sell them for?
Oh, they vary in prices, anywhere from $1,000 to $15,000.
So you have your own office?
Yes, I do.
Like, is it easier to build with paper or with like metal or something?
No, it's actually very hard because paper has a tendency to break and split and get damaged. So it's very hard to make a sculpture out of paper than, let's say, out of stone. Although stone can be more difficult because it's more dusty and everything, although it's very, very dusty working with paper because you have to sand it all the dust particles are up in the air, so I have to wear a mask and I have to wear the right gear for I won't get all that dust on me.
Is your creations 3D?
Yes.
How did you come up with the idea to make these?
I just came up with the idea one day that I'm constantly looking at doing different things. I don't like to do the conventional way of that everyone is doing things. I always like to think outside the box. So as an artist, I am always inclined to work on paper. Since a little kid, you've always used paper to draw, to create things. So it was a natural thing to put paper and to be able to stack that paper and then create a sculpture out of it.
So you kind of wanted to be an artist?
Always wanted to be an artist, yes. Since I was a little kid, I used to draw.
How did you learn how to make things?
I self-taught, so it was all on my own. I started to play around with the idea of making sculptures. My first sculpture that I ever did, I did it on a snow day. I went outside, it was snowing, I was bored, I had nothing to do, so I started to create a sculpture in the snow. And then I said, I think I can make sculptures. So I started taking classes and started working and practicing, and then I developed it on my own.
What was the sculpture that you made in the snow?
The sculpture I made in the snow was kind of like a man with a beard holding,
So kind of like a snowman.
Yeah, like a snowman, yeah, kind of. But no, not really. It wasn't like your traditional snowman with a carrot and it was more detailed. But yeah, it was simple.
I always forget my question right before she gives me the microphone. Did you go to college for this?
No, I didn't go to college for this. I took courses to learn how to do some sculptures or the techniques of sculpting and plaster and things like that. But I never went to college to study art. Although I would like to add to the question that you had asked before, if I went to college. But I do encourage young people to go to college and to study. Although it came natural for me, but not to everyone it does. So I think it's good to go to college and to go to school and learn from other people.
Have your sculptures ever end up in a museum?
Not yet. Hopefully soon.
I'm thinking, hold on. What do you do? Okay. You made your very real sculpture here?
Do I make one? I'm sorry?
You made your very first sculpture, your sculpture that you can publish here?
Yeah, my first sculpture, I made it here at Revolution Mill, which is called Redhead. It's not here, it's not downstairs in my studio right now, but it is a sculpture that is completely made out of paper, has a cigar, and then when you open it up, it's red on the inside, and it's got carvings all over the face.
I remember seeing that earlier.
What brought you to Revolution Mills?
I started here at Revolution Mill as as an invitation from Revolution Mills, and so to create art here and to share my art with them and how I was doing it. So they invited me to come here, and I've been here since.
Well, that's it for today. See you next time.
Thanks for letting us interview you.
Thank you guys for coming, and I'm always happy to share my art, especially with young people, and hopefully I can inspire someone to do what I do or something even better.
Well, thanks everybody for watching the video.
Well, thanks for watching the Rocky and Derrick Show. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, and if you want to become a sponsor, go to our website, Rocky and Derrick Show.